Okay, so we talked about components. Let's talk about styles in our Figma documents. So styles are kind of like components for the way that we treat text or colors or other kind of like design properties of an item. So let's say that I have figured out kind of my typographic hierarchy for my document. And you can see I've set everything up so that I have basically kind of a top level, like an H1 header, my body text, and then kind of a subheader that goes underneath this. And this helps me organize what information is nested under what. Um, you don't want to be looking back and forth to kind of like check and make sure that all your text is matching up and everything is in order. So the right thing to do here is to set these up with what are called styles in Figma. So you'll see that I have all my text properties set up the way that I want them to here. And what I can do, if I click on these four dots, is I can add a text style. Um, so you can see that it gives me a preview of what I've set up here. And I'm going to name this H1 and then click Create Style. And so now, when I have that selected, you'll see I no longer have all of those text properties. It just says, hey, you're using the H1 text style that you've applied here. In that way, when I go to make something else, say for example, I want to add a new section here that's maybe, I don't know, well, let's do it this way. Let's start with the text. And then let me break this really quick so that we're using um, anything else, just as an example. So we'll say I want to make a new section for my hobbies. What I can do, instead of taking a look at this and making sure that I'm matching up all my text or my stylings, I can select the item, I can go to Style, and then I can just click H1 and it automatically matches it to what was up here. If you ever want to edit these, if you have nothing selected, you'll see over here in my panels, I get my local styles in the properties panel. And so, if I wanted to, I could edit, I can even change kind of the way that the casing is treated. So I can say, let's title case everything that is an H1. So you see that it automatically capitalized the H. If I ever want to go back and say make everything uppercase, if I change the text style, it changes it everywhere. And so this can really speed up your design process. So, just to go through and do that everywhere. So I have my body copy here. Again, I have everything set up as I want it to. So I did my type study first, and then I'm going to go in and click styles. I'm going to click add, and I'm going to add body copy as a style. Now it doesn't automatically apply it, so it applies it to the one that you created it on, but I would probably want to add it to this one as well. So now those are evenly matched up. And the same here, I could add, like an H2 style or a subhead style. I'll call it H2 to stick with the web design terminology. So I'll click add H2 and we'll add it there. Okay, the other thing you can do here is create styles for colors that you're using in your document. So right now we're just using black. It's pretty easy to select black everywhere that you want to select black. But let's say, for example, you want your text to be like a very dark gray, something that's a little easier on the eyes maybe. So instead of having to remember that this is the hex code 1B, 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 what we could do is just like we did for our text style, go down to here to our fill. You'll see I have styles for my fill colors as well. There's nothing in here. I can click add, and why is this 20%? Let's get rid of that. Okay, so if I hit, because I'm adding fill, that's why. So if I click my styles, and then I click new variable, you can see that it gives me that property here, and I can name this dark gray. And now I can select everything else, click on my styles, and then you'll see I have this dark gray as a style here that I can apply to everything. That's pretty hard to see. A place that you will probably have more success using this is something like an accent color. So let's say, for example, I wanted all of my headings, or I wanted my headings to be like an accent color. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this style here, add a fill. I've already picked out this green color that I like for my document. And so since I have that, I'll go ahead and add a new variable, and this will be accent green. And then I can add that green everywhere else that I want to use it. And just like with the text, if I ever want to change that, as long as I don't have anything selected, so if I click on my canvas, you'll see I have all my local styles over here. I have my text styles and then my color styles. If I want to change this, I can open up the settings here and adjust this to, I don't know if I want to make this an orange color. I change it in one place and then it updates everywhere. So that is how you should be using styles in your documents and combining that with components to speed up your workflow.